weekend of racing down in the Snowball Derby down in Pensacola, Florida, and coming off a qualifying on the pole and starting first, and then bringing home the top 5 with a 4th place finish.
Well, Hunter, talk about the Snowball Derby for a lot of people that are watching this program tonight that might not know, and we'll start there. This is a huge race, and we're going to talk about how you move up to NASCAR and what your future holds and where you started from. But talk about this race. There's some pretty big names involved in this race this past week.
Yeah, I mean it's a really big race. It's really it's the biggest super late model race in the country, and just fortunate that it's kind of just right here in the southeast and Pensacola, and I mean really it attracts teams from all over the state. There were teams from California to to Maine to there were drivers from Canada. I mean it was just such a huge event, and I think there were over 60 something. 60, almost 70 cars show up to try to qualify, and for only 36 spots. So 36 drivers make the race to make Sunday's race, and a lot of teams go home unhappy. And but we were fortunate enough to be the quickest car down there as far as starting on the pole, and it's like I said, it's being the 47th annual. It's a pretty prestigious race.
Very prestigious race, a 300-lap race in Pensacola. As you mentioned in the opening, you guys finished 4th. Talk about how the race kind of played out for you, Hunter.
Well, like I said, we were fortunate enough we started on the front row, and it's a 300-lap race, so it's a pretty long race. It's a half-mile racetrack, and you get you have 4 sets of tires to use throughout the 300-lap event. So you gotta pace yourself. You gotta take care of your tires and your car and your equipment, but there are just like all the NASCAR races on TV. You make pit stops and everything, but on the first hurdle lap, we fell back around and was just riding, and then we made a pit stop and we were able to in the car and put 4 fresh tires on, and really started the car to really came alive. We were really just driving to the front. We drove from somewhere around like 13th to 15th all the way up to 5th over about 60, 80 laps, and then caution came and got tires again, and then we were able to drive from restarting about 8th or 9th. Drove all the way to the lead, and was able to lead for about the next 60 or so laps before we had just got past and a caution came out and set up about a 10-lap dash to the finish.
Well, Hunter, again, congratulations on a tremendous finish, because I know you would have loved to have won the race, but grabbing the pole there and finishing in the top 5 at number 4. Kind of talk about the Southern Super Series in relation to NASCAR that we all watch on Sundays. How do you get there, and where are you in relation to that, compared to the Major League Baseball farm system, if you will, Hunter?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's exactly kind of what it is. It's comparable to the farm system, or even just being in the top, playing in the top series of college baseball or something. But it's just it's great. I wouldn't say necessarily just a stepping stone, because it's so much more than just that. I mean, a lot of young kids, drivers these days, use super late models as their stepping stone to the next level. But it takes a lot of funding, and that's kind of what's always held me back. But but I mean, there was a lot of great talent down there. I mean, there was 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers down there that were sons of former NASCAR drivers or that have had starts in the series, and but I mean, it definitely is it allows you to really just gain experience in high horsepower, lightweight cars that prepares you for the next level.
Got Hunter Robbins on the phone with us on the Dane Sharp Attorney at Law Hotline, racing in the Southern Super Series. Hunter, I know your aspirations. We've had you on the show before, and you're a tremendous athlete, tremendous driver there, because I know a lot of people argue that point sometimes that racing is not it doesn't take an athlete to drive a car, and I could not disagree more, because if you look at what you guys have to go through and the mental sharpness and the grueling effect it is on your body to really stay focused for that long of amount of a time against some of the best in the world. You have to be on top of your game and have to be a good athlete. Talk about your aspirations, where you are right now in relation to the NASCAR series, and how do you get there from here?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, lack of funding kind of always kind of prohibited me from being able to kind of move to the next step, but I was fortunate enough to be able to go to school, went to Auburn University, for over 4 years, got my mechanical engineering degree, and I'm kind of taking that kind of path, just taking more of the engineering side of the race cars, and that's kind of the path that I've chosen, and still being able to race and drive and still do what I love, and that's kind of the main thing is I'm still able to go out, have fun, and do what I do, but I mean, like I said, a lot of drivers are there are those that are fortunate that can move up to the next level.
Well, Hunter, I'll tell you what, it's always a pleasure having you on. And look, I think you just said a mouthful. A lot of people that watch, a lot of young people that watch this program, how important getting an education was to you and finishing up, going on to Auburn University and getting an outstanding degree from a great engineering school in mechanical engineering. And I think that is huge, what you just said, for a lot of people to hear, that you're going to continue to pursue. You enjoy racing. You're really good at it, obviously. You probably have a shot to pursue that side if you want to, but the education side, the business side, the engineering side of racing is what has caught your attention.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's what if people ever ask me, and I always would like to, to encourage, young athletes and people that are, you always have those few that are really, really good and talented and can move up to, the next level of whatever their sport is, no matter if it's football, baseball, whatever. But I just think you can never put a value on education and what you learn and gain from being able to, whether it's to finish that senior year instead of take off on your junior year and go to the next level or whatever. But it's just, like I said, you can't really put a dollar sign or a value on your education.
Well, Hunter, I think you're being a little bit humble. I think you definitely are a pretty doggone good racer yourself and have an opportunity to move up if you wish with all of your feats that you've had in your young career. But we appreciate you taking time out to be on the program. It's always a pleasure having you on. Good luck the rest of the way out, okay?
All right. Thank you guys for having me on.
Thanks so much. And that's Hunter Robbins racing on the Southern Super Series, and we can't brag on him enough how presentable he is. What a great job he does representing the state of Alabama. Obviously very talented in the sport. And as I said, being very humble because he is a very, very talented young race car driver that could have that opportunity if he chose to do that. But obviously getting that education high on his priority list, as it should be almost everybody's out there. We're going to go up against a break here, and when we come back, Randy will join me and we'll continue on. Stay tuned. More Sports Blitz Live presented by JR's and SNS Tire right after this.